again. How have you two been? Uh-oh. That look on your face tells me something's wrong. I hope it's nothing too serious. Sounds serious. Really? You better not be making things up.
I wish it were made up. Unfortunately, it's all true. We don't have much time, Pela. Branya wants to get everyone's opinion.
Wait, you're telling me I have to make this huge decision on the spot? At least give me a few seconds to think it over. Okay, I think I've got it. If it were up to me, I'd probably agree to the...
Huh. Okay. Any particular reason?
I've looked at some of the climate reports, and based on the data I've seen, and that's assuming no other disasters occur, I care more about those in the present than a future I can't be sure of. If the
Well, look who we have here! You and... Uh-oh, sounds like something serious is happening. You'd better fill me in. What? How is that possible? I need a moment to wrap my head around this.
Serval, we're racing against the clock. No time for head wrapping.
It's okay. I've thought it through. If it were up to me, I'd sign the contract.
What? Hold on, are you serious? I thought you'd be against it for sure.
Surprised? My reasons are pretty simple. Signing this contract would mean we no longer have to worry about surviving. For most of the residents here, especially those in the underworld, that would be more than enough to persuade them. As for working for the company, people need to work no matter where they are, right? If the IPC tries to take too many liberties, we can always rise up against them. You know, I've always longed for the stars since I was a child, which is why I devoted myself to science and the studying of the Stellaron. If someone told me that I could do whatever research I wanted with only a small price to pay, I probably wouldn't hesitate.
I see. I suppose that makes sense. Thanks for your input. I'll make a note of your opinion.
Is that the Trailblazers? It's been a while. I didn't think you'd be back in Belobog so soon. It's been pretty hectic in the city lately. All these people dressed in black suddenly showed up, and even the Silvermane guards have had trouble dealing with them. You need my opinion? I'm happy to help. So that's who they are. It's worse than I imagined. The Madam Guardian must be under a lot of pressure. Is there really nothing we can do to assist her?
We're here to gather everyone's opinion on the matter. I know this is a little sudden, but we're running out of time. What's your take?
Why, I'd refuse the contract, of course. There is no room for compromise. Just look at them. Arrogant, stomping around here as if they own the place. How can such people be trusted? Who's to say they won't breach the contract? Faced with this sort of coercion, we must resist them with all our might. Surrendering is not an option. You must warn the Madam Guardian not to allow herself to fall into their trap.
A soldier's perspective is always valuable, Dun. Thanks for your input. I'll make... did we miss anyone in the overworld? From what I've gathered, it seems like most people in the
Take a rest. It's time.
What brings you two to the underworld? And why the long face? Seems a little out of the blue, but since you came all this way, it must be urgent. Go ahead. That is a lot of information to take in. Sorry, both of you. I know you're in a hurry, but I need a moment to think.
No stress, Nat. Just tell us what you really think.
I've thought about it, and... well, if I were Bronya, I wouldn't sign it. I won't deny the offer on the table is a very tempting one. And if we refuse, Belobog will not only have the burden of a huge debt, we may also incite the wrath of a very powerful force. But even so, a quote I read back in school came to me just now. Those who are willing to give up freedom for security will end up with neither. Living in the underworld has taught me that this phrase is true. I'd rather trek through the frigid snow plains than live in a beautiful cage.
Wow, that's a pretty convincing argument. Another vote for the against pile. Thanks for your insight, Nat.
None other than the saviors of Belobog. To what do I owe the pleasure? To be honest, I'm surprised you even remembered an old geezer like me. But I can tell by the look on your faces you're probably not dropping by to say hi. Let me guess. Something to do with these unruly people in black showing up everywhere? Well, ask away. It just so happens I'm curious about them myself. Maybe I can be of some help. I see. That's a tricky situation, all right. A lot for anyone to handle, let alone someone as young as Lady Bronya.
Mr. Oleg, out of all the people we know in Belobog, you have the most life experience. What do you think we should do?
Want to hear the truth? I'm afraid great ambitions and lofty plans no longer hold much appeal for an old-timer like me. If this IPC does indeed possess the magical power to restore Belobog back to its former self overnight, then I think the answer is clear. Have you considered the opposite? What about if we refuse? The reconstruction plan already sounds like an endless endeavor. And with the added burden of a massive debt, well, is that something we can manage on our own? What worries me the most is how Lady Bronya will handle the backlash from her people. Will she be able to withstand the criticism? Is she prepared to carry the weight of a tarnished reputation for years to come?
I guess I never looked at it from that angle. I wouldn't wish that title on anyone. Thank you for your thoughts, Mr. Oleg. Another vote for the 4 pile.
Miss March, Big Brother. What brings you to the underworld?
Hey there, Clara. Is Svarog not around?
Mr. Svarog went out for a walk with a lady called Topaz.
What? Topaz? Do you know where they went?
I'm not sure, but Mr. Svarog promised he'd be back soon.
What now? Svarog's super logical. We should definitely get his opinion. True. Don Hung's always saying that Clara's really insightful for her age.
Huh? Miss March, do you want to ask me something? That's complicated. I don't know what to say.
It's all right, Clara. No pressure. Just tell us how you feel about it.
I think if we have a choice for the future, it should be everyone's decision. Because when I was playing with Hook, the moles, and the other kids, we talked about our dreams. Everyone has different dreams. If we accept Miss Topaz's offer, then doesn't that mean our dreams will never come true? Just taking away people's dreams like that. I don't know. It feels wrong.
You're right. Children see the world as a place where anything is possible. Just the thought of our lives being predestined from birth makes me shiver. Thanks, Clara. Your thoughts mean a lot to us. All that running around has worn me out. So, the final conclusion is... the votes are completely even. I don't know what to do. Both sides have really compelling arguments. Oh, right! We haven't asked Zila. She's probably still in the Great Mine.
Back so soon? Any news? Are you feeling all right? You look a little uneasy. Important. I can tell from your tone that this isn't gonna be a lighthearted chat. But I'm ready to hear it. I think I get it. At first, I thought it was just a few IPC ruffians overstepping their boundaries.
Yeah, you didn't think the future of Belobog was at stake, right?
Right.
As it stands.
In that case,
What?
I've thought about it. No matter the choice she makes, she has far greater foresight than I do. The vote is tied. I'll respect whatever decision she makes.
Understood, Zila. It's times like these that a leader must stand up.
Right. It's Branya's decision. If she asks you, just let her...
Well, it's all... Right? I'm glad Belobog has someone like her in charge. The time has come. Let's go fill her in. I'm curious to see how she's handling those Klapoth ministers.
Take a rest. It's time for tea and cakes.
fort's packed. I've never seen this many people here before. Oh, jeez, I can barely even hear myself think.
March, you're back. So?
We talked to people in both the overworld and the underworld. The final result was a tie.
I see. I suppose everyone has their own way of seeing things. I can't say I'm surprised. What was Zila's perspective on the matter? I should have known.
Did you come to a conclusion with the ministers? Oh, it's so loud I can't tell what anyone's saying.
It's pretty much the same situation here. Neither party is willing to compromise. The time has come to make a decision. This chaos cannot be allowed to continue any longer.
Enough! All of you! I know what to do.
Wait! I have something to say to the Supreme Guardian.
But aren't you?
Himeko? Wait, is that the real you or a hologram?
It's the real me, March. Real as they come.
Miss Himeko, from the Astral Express? If we had known of your arrival beforehand, the architects would have given you a proper welcome.
I understand, Miss Rania. No need to explain. Your city is facing immense difficulties. My intention is simply to ensure that you have all the relevant intel. The life of a navigator is a busy one. You should be glad that I made it in time. There is some important information that I must pass on to you, Supreme Guardian. It is my hope that it will better equip you to make a wise and informed decision.
Information? Please.
I happen to have a friend with knowledge of Topaz. What Topaz said about her home world is indeed true, which is why she believes that the IPC's takeover of Belobog is the only way of ensuring the city's survival. But there is one thing she intentionally left out. Not all worlds that have accepted the IPC's terms have been saved.
You mean...
Performing ecological reconstruction on a planet carries inevitable risks. According to the intel provided by my friend, the success rate for the ecological reconstruction of worlds using the
Only 63% of planets succeed? That's not exactly comforting.
This is the overall average across all IPC projects. The success rate of projects personally handled by Topaz is above 80%. She's undoubtedly one of the most capable people in her field. I wanted to bring these numbers, these probabilities, to light. I think it's only fair that you know all the facts before making a decision. Ultimately, it's up to you, Supreme Guardian, to make the final call.
I understand. Thank you, Miss Himeko. This information is of great help. Regardless of how alluring their promises may be, this contract is nothing more than a gamble. As a leader, I cannot let the future of Belobog hinge on a roll of the dice.
Now that you've decided, I don't have to pretend to be impartial anymore. I think you're making the right choice, Branya.
Astral friends, I have an idea, but for it to work, I'll need everyone's cooperation. I need some time to rally all the residents in the city, and then I'll meet with Topaz again. Please locate her for me. It doesn't matter where she is or what she's doing. And if the IPC is still trying to take over Belobog's assets, I ask that you do everything in your power to stop them.
Don't worry. Leave it to us. We'll find her. It won't be easy dealing with her, but these two will help me get the job done.
Belobog's future is not for sale. And we'll never forget the friends who stood by us in our time of need. Not once, but twice. Stay safe, everyone.
Shepard should be waiting for us in Rivet Town, right? Here we go again. Back to our old stomping grounds for another...
Let me stay here a little longer in this body.
The Supreme Guardian has briefed me on the situation. Ready to enter Rivet Town? We'll go in together when everyone is set. Keep your guards up.
Destination reached.
Wow, would you look at that? Huh. I never would have guessed it'd be here. But I don't see any mech or weapons. This place is completely surrounded by mountains. Surely they can't be.
Affirmative. The weapons are concealed within the towering rock formations.
No wonder we couldn't find the automaton factory. It was right under our noses all along. Wait a minute. You said these weapons have been hidden here from the very beginning? That means the architects of Eurillo 6 never used them in their fight against the Legion.
Correct. After the IPC departed from this world more than 700 years ago, no one has possessed the necessary knowledge for activating these weapons. The architects used the IPC blueprints to construct replica automatons. However, the overwhelming majority of the combatants, commanded by Elisa Rand, were human.
I see. The stories about this world are truly captivating.
I would like to ask you a question, Topaz.
You're awful polite for a big robot. Ask. Don't be shy.
If the IPC does not intervene, this world is doomed. Are you convinced of this conclusion beyond any doubt?
Yes. I've gone through countless case studies, and they all point to the same conclusion. Any world that comes into contact with a Stellaron is doomed. On the surface, things may appear to be getting better since the Astral Express lent a helping hand. But sooner or later, the underlying problems will resurface. A looming crisis can often lie hidden beneath the illusion of prosperity, unnoticed by many.
Understood.
Understood. That's it? You don't have
Any thoughts on the matter?
Emotional readings indicate that your response is sincere and accurate. That is all I wish to confirm regarding this matter. While my opinion on the future of this planet may differ from yours, it ultimately holds no weight. I am merely a tool, not a decision maker.
If only my colleagues had the same self-awareness as you. Come on, Numby. We've got some assessing to do.
Topaz disappeared after leaving Rivet Town. In her absence, her subordinates flooded in and took over.
The IPC soldiers are well equipped. It wouldn't be wise to fight them head on. Captain, what do you have in mind?
You're right, Miss Himiko. We'll be using the automaton stealth bomb to cover our tracks.
Automaton stealth bomb?
I'll explain later. Let's get moving.
Look, down there! It's the IPC!
Keep noise to a minimum, everyone. We don't want to alert the enemy to our presence. It's time to deploy the automaton stealth bomb. Are you ready? Remember, try to avoid being noticed. Remaining hidden will increase our chances of success.
We wiped them all out in a single explosion! That's what you call efficiency!
It's a shame we had to resort to this method, but we had no choice.
You Silvermane guards sure are a righteous bunch.
I've seen standard issue robots like these before.
Correct. The exterior is similar to the Grizzly, but its weapons and armor are... Hopefully the automaton stealth bomb will still be Are you ready? Remember, try to avoid being noticed. To be honest, I didn't think it would be so powerful. Good thing everything went according to plan. This is the road that Topaz took when she left Rivet Town.
Let's find her.
This time, the gloves... Mr. Svarog? Are you all right?
Greetings, outsiders. System functions are normal. Such a result would be highly Topaz is ahead. She had the means to force me to comply with her order. From her perspective, the only way to preserve Belobog is by incorporating it into the IPC. While it is unlikely, I still encourage the avoidance of any potential conflict.
Unlikely potential?
Don't worry, March. The Express never pursues conflict as a first means. But if it...
Himiko's right. As long as we can look at ourselves in the... Why would Topaz come here? Is she looking for something?
It's possible. Many mysteries lurk beneath the surface of this world.
Oh, hey there, Slowpokes. I was starting to think you weren't gonna show up. This lady next to Miss March looks oddly familiar.
Pleasure to meet you, Miss Topaz. I'm Himiko, the Astral Express's navigator.
Oh, wow! I remember now. The illustrious Miss Himiko. Some of my colleagues dream about... Of course! The Nameless have quite the reputation. You're following in the footsteps of the great Akavili, after all.
I'm pleased to see how well everyone's been getting along. Topaz, based on your greeting, I presume you have a good grasp of the current situation?
Of course! The deadline has already passed, but Branya still hasn't signed the contract. I think I can guess what's holding her back.
Please, don't misunderstand us, Miss Topaz. We have no intention of opposing the IPC or its board of directors. But we have very dear friends on Eurilla 6. Standing idly by and watching them sign an unfair contract goes against everything the Nameless are about.
Miss Himiko, sorry for interrupting, but this doesn't...
We needn't waste our time, March. She made her decision 10 minutes ago.
There's no fooling the Astral Express. You're absolutely right. Differing views don't necessarily mean one person is right and the other is wrong. However, to keep things moving forward, there's usually only one solution.
Huh? What do you mean?
My superiors have granted me the approval I need. You're very curious about my work, aren't you? So many eager faces. I won't keep you in the dark any longer. Approval to launch an attack on the members of the Astral Express. The best kept secret to getting something over the line? Always be ready to turn the tables. Go, Numby. Projects under my wing have no room for error.
Existence is unity.
Pick on someone your own side.
Until everything burns to ashes! Protect me! Fight to live!
All will be swept away by the wind.
Rotate and quicken!
Get them!
Set the seas ablaze! Fight to live! Myriad colors burst!
Get them!
Recalibrating! Secret technique, dazzling obliteration! Please! Set the seas ablaze!
All will be swept away by the wind.
Please! Give me strength!
Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all!
Eternal.
Please!
Incredible. No wonder the Astral Express is so highly regarded. Finished warming up? Now it's my turn.
Stop! All of you, put down your weapons.
Branya! You're here just in time. Things were about to get out of control.
Supreme Guardian. I was starting to wonder whether...
I would never do such a thing.
More important than this?
Yes. I think you'll understand the significance once you see it. In short, I need
help you? That's interesting. I
have read your letter word for word, Miss Topaz. And your childhood experiences truly touched me. Your hometown once experienced a similar catastrophe to Yarilo 6. It's because of this empathy you have that I still hold out a glimmer of hope. Despite all that's happened, I hope we can still find...
I have to admit, talking to you is always such a pleasure. I apologize for my behavior just now. I admire your determination. Seeing as we've come this far, I've changed my mind. I'll hold off a little longer and see what you have to show me.
I understand. That's why I've been taking things one step at a time. Members of the Express, we'll need your help too.
What a dismal sight. This district. Have you been here before?
Yes. Kyle, sorry for the delay.
The path ahead is clear, Madam Guardian.
Excellent. The mountain road... Let's go.
What is this place? We've never been here before, right?
We've only recently discovered this domain. Let's keep moving forward.
Look. The people of Belobog have not given up. I just want to give them a chance.
Do you two recognize that broken down machine over there? I thought you might. Miss Topaz, I know you've done a lot of research into Belobog. I was wondering if there was any information on the engine of creation in your records?
Not at all. Which is why I find it so incredible. Such a massive feat of engineering, yet
I may know the reason why. The engine of creation was constructed solely by the people of Belobog, without any external assistance. The project was led by the first Supreme Guardian, Alyssa Rand. While warriors fought on the front lines, the engineers worked tirelessly behind the scenes.
So what you're saying is, the engine of creation was a weapon constructed...
Yes, but not entirely. The engine of creation was commissioned for combat shortly after its completion, and played a significant role in the battles against the Legion. But Alyssa Rand had a long-term vision, one that nobody anticipated. For a long time, this feat of engineering, it was actually given a much grander purpose. to help the Belabogians rebuild their homeland and restore...
Remarkable. A vision that would transcend both time and generations of Belabogians. Not to take away from the Supreme Guardian in front of me. She's quite...
Thank you. But I didn't really do anything. All I did was bring the people of Belobog together and make them aware that our hard-earned freedom was under immense threat once again. If we want to preserve this freedom, we must act and show those who doubt us that we, Belobog, have the will and the ability to control our own destiny. The outcome of our mobilization speaks for itself. The children of Belobog have made their decision.
I must say, I didn't anticipate this at all. I'll fight for this opportunity for you, Branya. I shouldn't have conflated your own circumstances with my childhood. My world never had a resolute leader, so people gave up on the idea of saving themselves long ago.
Then, are you willing to retract your previous decision? As for the debt, we'll find a way to gradually repay it.
Unfortunately, the acquisition of Urilla 6 is a strategic decision that's been approved by the IPC's top brass. Even if I wanted to overturn it, convincing them would be extremely difficult. Unless...
Don't worry, Miss Topaz. Myself and all of the Nameless aboard the Astral Express.
Fantastic. That might just work. I'll handle it.
Miss Topaz.
Don't worry, it's nothing I can't handle. If that's what they want to do, then so be it. I've long...
Thank you so much for all you've done. I never thought we'd drag the Express into a crisis again. Much less one that might cause a rift between you and the IPC.
Rift? I wouldn't go that far. Also, it's me who's mostly to blame. I didn't keep my subordinate. Oh, thinking about a group. Sure thing.
I'm glad. Well, you all need some rest after everything you've been through. I have arranged rooms for you all at the Goethe Hotel. Miss Topaz.
I appreciate the offer, but it's been great getting to know you both. I hope we can work together.
Let me stay here a little longer in this body.
I've been wondering, how did you figure out what was happening here on Belobog, Himeko?
Well, you know, keep...
March was looking forward to the Solwarm festival for ages. I never thought this trip would be so...
In light of the events that have transpired, we will be taking the following disciplinary measures against you. Your rank will be demoted from P45 to P44 with corresponding adjustment to your basic salary. All bonuses for the current cycle will be revoked, including stock options and performance bonuses. You will need to submit an additional report regarding this incident to Diamond. If you have any objections to this penalty, you may also file an appeal in writing.
I have...
Understood. Is there any... If there are no further remarks, this...
You only got demoted one rank? Phew! You dodged a bullet there. Pretty big project to mess up on. Ugh, this voice changer is driving me...
Aventurine, why are you still on the line?
Hey, what's with the hostility? It's not like I'm your boss. Oh, wait. I guess I am now.
Can I help you?
Oh, nothing important. Just checking in on you. I told you Eurylos 6 would be a high-risk, low-reward case. In our line of work, having a kind heart can be more of a liability than an asset.
Anything else?
Wait. Hold on a minute. Don't hang up. I get it. You're not in the mood for this conversation. While you were enjoying your playtime on Eurylos 6, Diamond was busy taking care of the head honcho of the Building Material Logistics Department. That's right. The renowned Teravan. One of the 7 board members. He's throwing his support behind us instead of the Marketing Development Department for once. Diamond's been a great help to both of us. Your antics on such a crucial day can't exactly have painted the Strategic Investment Department in a good light, you know. Since you get the point, let's get down to business. I'm currently at Pierpoint. There's a major deal.
Huh. And what prompted the mighty Aventurine to start collaborating with others?
Penacony.
What?
That's right. Now
hold on a minute. Diamond picked you for this project? I was expecting someone like Opal or Obsidian to handle it.
Honestly, who knows? The family has some pretty questionable characters. But as we both know, the IPC does more than just business deals. Guess it's my time to shine. So, how about it? This is a rare opportunity.
I'll get back to you later. Seems like it's just one wild ride after another. I hope I made the right decision this time. The snow is mesmerizing.
How is everything?
Hey! It's my first time on the Astral Express. Oh, so you've noticed. Well, I'm definitely not the first IPC staff member to board the Astral Express. I've heard that the IPC... I've also heard that the board once considered spending a fortune to buy out the Astral Express and to make... Just between you and me, capital definitely plays a critical role in the universe. But if...
What's up, Pom-Pom?
Just got a message from the Xianzhou La Fu. Looks like it'll conflict with our original schedule.
It's been a while, my friends on the Astral Express. How's your trailblazing expedition going? Soon, the Xianzhou Luofu will be holding the Luminary War Dance. Those who have aided the Luofu in overcoming the crisis are cherished allies of the Xianzhou. Thus, on behalf of the Seat of Divine Foresight, I'm extending an invitation to attend the ceremony. Your presence would be greatly appreciated.
Well, things are getting lively. We've barely recovered from the family's Charmony Festival, and we're already being invited to another special event.
Why not think about it this way? Our trailblazing expeditions are turning into blast expeditions, where we eat, drink, and play wherever we go.
Blast? Expedition?
Yeah! Wherever we go, we eat, play, and have a blast!
So we should leave March behind to take care of the Express?
Hey! That's not what I meant! I'm all for some fun. I just hope there won't be any surprise party crashers, like Friday or Saturday.
The Xianzhou Luofu has recently overcome a crisis. By holding the war dance, they're demonstrating to everyone that they've returned to a state of peace and safety.
But that's what everyone said before we went to Penacony.
No need to worry. The War Dance is not like the Charmony Festival with all its hidden secrets. It's just a festival to honor the Rainbow Arbiter and the Cloud Knights. Aside from star skiff performances, it's mostly martial contests. Nothing too different from the Taiki and Roboball contest we've seen before.
What do you think, Himiko? Since we've accepted Miss Black Swan's proposal, we should probably head to Amphorius for review.
There's certainly no rush. This trailblazing expedition is quite unique, and the Express needs to be fully stocked and prepared before moving on to the next stop. With Madame Herta's help, I was planning to deliver some Leviathan fossils from Kalinga Abyss to Ron May, member 81 of the Genius Society. It could earn us some favors before we set off.
So that means we're not going to the Luofu.
Being an adult means maintaining relationships, whether we like it or not, Marge. Since we've been invited, So, here's the plan. Pom Pom will take everyone to the Xianzhou Luofu. Mr. Yang and I will meet up with Ron May and fulfill our promise. Meanwhile, you, March, and Don Hung will represent the Express and attend the war dance.
What do you two think? I don't...
Now that everyone's on board with the plan, it's time to work to the Xianzhou Luofu.
Kalinga Abyss? What does she expect to find there? Current research...
That's why geniuses are interested in that field. Science is all about uncovering the unknown. Don't miss us too much. If I stumble upon some cool Leviathan...